Just when it looked like everything could fall apart for Kolkata, one man, a very powerful man, a very muscular man, sometimes they call him Superman, stands between Lucknow and what looked like an inevitable victory. This match has had a few ebbs and flows. Could it have one more flow for Kolkata, the men in purple, to get to that target of 177? As long as Russell hits the boundaries, the target doesn't look big enough, but he has to be there. Inevitable. Top order's gone. 35 or 15 is where Russell was at the 10 over mark, and he'll have to face a bit of leg spin of Ravi Bishnoi. Here on Cricbuzz Comm Box, to see which side the match is leaning, I'm joined by Shaun Pollock. Well, that's probably a silly question. It's definitely leaning Lucknow's way, but it's sort of 11 against 1 at the moment, isn't it?
It is that case in point, isn't it? I mean, we've seen him do this kind of damage before. He has that ability to strike, and that's why no matter what the situation of the game, you just want to see the back of Dre Russ, because you know that there's that X factor that could pop out at any stage and put you under immense pressure as a team. Very disappointed with the top order again for KKR. More the method of some of the dismissals. Guys not even, I don't know what's wrong with just standing in your crease and looking to play from there. I mean, everyone moving in and around. The first wicket, giving himself room, trying to pull the ball away. Shreyas giving himself room. Finch Rana clearing his front leg. Finch running down. Not one of them was just got a decent dismissal. And on the form they've been in, you would just expect them just to play normally for a while. So, yeah, very surprised by that approach. It was a little bit hit and miss. But as we say, I mean, the key is Dre Russ. Can he pull this out of the fire, or is it another victory for Lucknow?
Yeah, it's quite a fire there. But among the 4 dismissals you mentioned, Shaun, is Shreyas yet another case of them halfway down the pitch, little extra pace of Dushmanta Chamira, and again not managing to deal with the short ball at that highest level?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great delivery. I mean, it was spot on with regards to where you want things to be, because it comes right at the head. And then what ends up happening is you just try and flick it away. But, if he's going to be dismissed in those fashions, there's always going to be that opportunity to test him. And as he goes around, whether it's international cricket or IPL cricket, if there's a bowler with enough pace, express pace, they will definitely try and pursue that option because it's having some success. And he's looking pretty uncomfortable in the mode of the dismissal. If you middle one and it gets caught at square leg or fine leg, but it is looking very uncomfortable for Shreyas, unfortunately.
Yeah, the probably difference between the confident Rohit Sharma pull that maybe even got him out a few times this season, and the Shreyas Iyer fend rather than a pull that's getting him out. But we did say, Shaun, that the bowlers or the bowling attack looks excellent on paper. You've been talking it up, and now from the paper they've actually translated it as a unit. Obviously, that 1 over from Dre Russ has ruined Jason Holder's figures, but otherwise they've been spot on.
Yeah, but could have had a wicket as well. He could have been caught on the fence. So Jason Holder will be feeling a little bit aggrieved at the fact that his countryman is got the better of him there. But it's been quality. I mean, look at those runs per over. I mean, I know they've gone nowhere, but Mushin Khan, I mean, I watched those first 10 deliveries that he bowled. That was just simply superb. He just runs up, hits a fantastic area, bounces some pace. I think Bishnoi is going to have and Pandya are probably going to have had their work cut out for them while Dre Russ is at the crease, because he does tend to target the spinners and try and dismiss them to all parts. But everyone who stepped up, even Jason Holder's first over before he disappeared, was really good. So, yeah, you can't have any complaints as a Lucknow fan about the way the bowlers have performed in the tournament. And again, it's been quality today.
Having said that, I know it's not quite the current Pollard-like weakness, but is the best chance to get Andre Russell out probably the leg spinner?
Yeah, it is. I just think that Bishnu's never really been a big turner of the ball, is he? If you can, like a Chahal, if you can get it to land and then grip away, that's often the one that goes up. Whereas Bishnu, even when he bowls his leg spin, it almost seems like it drifts in on the angle, and that's what Russell's looking for. But it'll be length. I think we saw a couple of deliveries at the back end of the 10th over, where Bishnu, when he's hitting the top of the stump slightly flat, that's going to be more challenging for Russell to hit out. But as soon as it's given air and it's coming into him, it's going to disappear.
The one other little positive as we wrap up here on Cricbuzz Comm Box is the man at the other end. I know it's been nobody else for Kolkata so far with bat in hand, but Rinku Singh's been a revelation this season. He's had his 50. It's been a long time coming. And now at least there's some belief that he can just stay in there. So Russell has to do the hitting from one end, and Rinku Singh can get the job done too.
Yeah, Russell's going to need friends. He's definitely going to need some friends out there. Rinku Singh could be the option. It's also a nice situation for him because he can just bat. He doesn't need to try and do anything silly. He just needs to occupy the crease, put away what he can, pick up the singles, rotate strike, give Russell as much of the strike as he can for now. And then if Russell gets out, then he can look to take over.
Well, I'll have to stop you there. Whether you call it the Comm Box curse or just the timing of it. Not Russell.
Oh, okay.
It's the man we were talking about. We were talking up Rinku Singh, that he can actually stay there. Russell needs a few friends. He's just lost one friend. And Rinku Singh going after Ravi Bishnoi, perhaps trying to do to Bishnoi what you felt Russell is doing to him, but straight up in the air and a deep mid wicket nicely into the hands of Krunal Pandya. And that means it's a big blow. How many batsmen to come? How many friends does Russell really have? We know Saudi is one of them, but let's have a quick look at who else could perhaps keep him company till the end. And this is what it looks like. Yep, it's we know Shivam Mavi can bat. In many quarters, he's listed as a bowling all-rounder, but really it's not much. Oh, we forgot. There's a chap called Sunil Narayan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Russell and Narayan have to have a chat, say, man, Jamaica and Trinidad, we got to get together.
Saudi, I mean, it also strikes it really well. So they've got guys to strike. It's just a case of how long can they last. I mean, at one stage, they were 50 runs basically behind where Lucknow were at that stage. So that's a massive amount to make up. And then the other thing is, too, is the situation that they found themselves. If they lose the game tonight and they don't get close, that net run rate's going to decrease. And it's basically going to be too difficult to pull that net run rate back. So, yeah, they're facing their backs are to the wall. Dre Russ to the fore. Can he be Superman?
But as you said, it's the friends. The real question is, can they not just stay with him, but get a few blows out there? Narayan has come out to join Russell. The question is, can he do a bit of a Pat Cummins? The only other person who down the order has struck a big one for Kolkata. Narayan needs to be that man. But I personally haven't seen him do it at that number. Do you think he can?
Yeah, it's not really his plan, is it? He prefers it when the field's up because that's when he'll be able to clear and any good contact he makes, he gets full reward from it. I don't know, maybe together they can chat themselves through it and try and be as effective as possible, but they do need something. I mean, Dre Russ basically, I would say someone just needs to stay with Dre Russ. You go, you just play your way, you just keep smashing it. I'll just keep up an end and knock singles and get you on strike because that is the way they win it. And then if he gets himself out, then you reassess and play differently.
Yeah, at the moment, the Trinidadian's been wafting at a couple, and he's sent the next ball into the stand. So Sunil Narayan's finally got a big one away in the back end of the innings. So maybe it could be a Caribbean collaboration that takes Kolkata home. Lots to look forward to in the next few overs. All we know is it's going to be non-stop action while they're out there. We'll assess it all at the end of the innings.